Hey YouTubers, how's everybody doing today? Smoking Trucker here. Before I start my video, for legal reasons, I need to state this video is not for children, anybody under the age of 18, um, of legal gun owners. This is not for minors whatsoever. It's involving guns and firearms. So, okay. Now this video, I just wanted to make and then just cover like some of like the projects that I have been working on. I've been doing quite a few different little, and then getting some reviews ready up onto some of that my other stuff. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit about people in general. My first project is I was working on. I had a guy come over and then he brought me a little surprise and then it was and then it's turned into quite a project. 1950 J.C. Higgins, 583, 16 gauge bolt action shotgun. In money, they're really not worth that much. You could probably buy one for probably about 150, 175 bucks, and and then you can call it a day. But I guess this belonged to his grandfather, and then he found out in a barn, and then he wanted to have it restored. But the problem is this thing sat for I don't know how many years. The year it is, they didn't even recommend serial numbers. So, so it was kind of hard for me to track it down and find out. But anyways, this is it right here. Okay. Now I got it. So, it fires fine and the whole 9 yards. I should have taken some before pictures because I couldn't believe what he was asking me to do. It took me like 3 days just to free up the bolt, and then the stock was all messed up and it had some cracks in it and things like that, and then I had to repair some of it, the wood, and then I had to beef up some of it, the inside and things like that, but this thing had, as you could probably tell, just by thinking about it, this piece right here was almost level with rust. I mean, it was unbelievable. And so, and then I was talking to him about it, and I go, this barrel, I'm really not too happy with it, that I'm not comfortable with telling you this can be a fireable weapon. And I go, and on top of that, it's a 16 gauge, and good luck with trying to find ammo for it, because that the shells for a 16 gauge is outrageous, and then you can only find them there right online. So, and then I told him, well, they do make it in 12 gauge, so, and I go, and that you can fire, a standard 12 gauge slug or birdshot or whatever that you want to it. So, now he wants me to convert it to a 12 gauge and put a new barrel on it and a whole 9 yards, but on this one put a choke tube on it. So I'm like, well, I'd feel a lot better doing that, because then I looked around, and then that if I found a lot of parts for it, you won't find any used. I mean, you won't find any new stuff. Anything you find will be used, so that. But I did find a lot of good quality parts that almost looks brand new, and then I'd be very happy with that. And then that he wants to keep the bumper pad, and so I just got to polish this hair up, but as I sanded down the whole stock, and I fixed all of the cracks, and then as I did what I had to do to go shore this hair up. So that's that one. Okay. My next one was putting a laser on a canik, TPsf, and also a Gabriel flashlight, a Gabriel G10. This little bastard this thing lights up my backyard. Oh my God. And then it comes with the CR2 batteries, so and then what I did is I got the rechargeable ones, and then I bought a little charger for it. I bought it off eBay for I think like $10. The thing came with 2 batteries and a charger, and then I'll never have to buy batteries for it again, so it comes with the steady light or the blinking light, and then one of the other things I haven't tried out yet, it pertains to my laser, was my laser sight, so this right here, the little laser sight that goes into the barrel. I haven't tried it out yet, so I can't say good or bad, or because that's not how that works with me. Some people might hate them, some people might love them, but that's them. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't say good or bad. Okay, and then my other thing, I wanted to talk about. Oh, here it is. It's a little bit about how people have gone, where people's word has diminished, has gone to crap. I guess, and then in some instances where people think that they are better than others, and then, that they can say and do what they want, and, and then, that's just that, but, that in most cases, and then in this case, that's not it, when I pride myself up onto my work, where if I tell you if I'm going to do something, that's signing on a dotted line to me. That's okay. Well, he's going to do it, so, and then that's that. You know, I pride myself for being a person of my word, and then I will back that up 100%. You know, but in the past couple months, I have come to find out that ain't true with people that I have been dealing with. Some people are just awesome, you know, unbelievable, nice. In the same way, when they told me they was gonna do something, you know, that it was done, you know, and then I appreciate the hell out of that, you know. That right there just that gains my respect for them more than I'll ever know, you know. A while ago, I'd say probably about I'd say about a year ago, or close to it. I did some reviews up for Keep Tinkering onto his triggers for his Taurus, for the Taurus G2C, PT111s, and G2. And I also do FaceTime and video chat, and I help people that have problems, or if they took the gun apart and if they ran into a problem, you know, it's I FaceTime with them, video chat, and I take my gun and I lay it down and show them step by step on how to fix the problem, or from where they ran into a problem, how to fix what they ran into, you know, and then I've done quite a few on to the Taurus G2s, the G2Cs, and also on caniks. Caniks are very, just because they look the same on to the outside. The TPsf, it's a very, very easy gun to install a trigger on. But you get into the elites, and that's a whole new can of worms. That right there involves a lot more, and people have emailed me and said, "Hey, you know that how come this not working?" You know, and then what the problem is, that their disconnect and then the triggers is all one piece, and so you have to also drive out the little pin that goes into the disconnect, which is a royal pain in the ass, because sometimes you gotta Dremel out a little tiny knot tray here, and so you can drive that out, and just a royal pain in the ass. But anyways, I contacted Keep Tinkering, and I said, you know, it's a broken milestone, you know, that it's, I probably helped around, you know, that about 200 people there, you know, that on installing the triggers, you know, and so he was like, wow, thanks a lot. He's like, well, you know, what can I do for you? I said, well, I've got 3 of your triggers, and I go, you know, I'd like to try that the other ones is, because I know your product is really good. Boy, was I surprised. He didn't send me 3 triggers. He didn't send me 1 trigger. He sent me a bag of triggers. And springs. And these are the newer ones that will fit on to the G3 as well. And that rolls around to what I was talking about people's word, and then I think when people give their word on something, that reflects them on how they are, how they do business, how they conduct themselves. Okay. Well, I was talking to one of the other companies there that I was doing some work for, and then I told him, listen, I also did some work for you up onto the G2s, and then your style of triggers, and I really haven't gotten a good response on that one. A lot of people really didn't like yours, but I got the Freedom Smith Fat Daddy for the canik, and now you have a trigger, and then and all of that, the internals. You want, that can I do a review on that? That is I'll take this trigger out, and then that is I'll put in yours, and then I don't give any reviews about anything unless I try it. I shoot it at least 400, maybe 500 rounds before I even think about doing a review on something. Oh yeah, fine, no problem. That is I'll have it right out to you this week. About a month goes by, and then I email him back, and then he gets back to me, and he says, "Oh, I totally forgot about that. I emailed him on a Friday." He's like, "Just email me Monday and then remind me." Okay. Monday comes, email him, remind him. Okay, well, I'll send you out a care package. I said, whatever that means, okay. It's fine with me, so about 3 more weeks goes by, a month goes by, nothing. So, in my eyes, that means your word to me don't mean diddly squat. That means your word reflects you. That means that you don't care. That means it's that means you don't care about people that's below you, or think people are below you. Nobody is below me, and nobody is above me. Everybody I see eye to eye. And that's just the way it is. And that's the way it should be. And I wasn't going to call this guy out because, that I am was like, hey, I thought about it and I said, no. You ever heard of this company? It's backwards, but yeah. But that's because how it shows up onto the camera, but it's, I'm not gonna, it's a shame, is because that when I talk to him through emails and stuff, that he sounded like a really respectable guy, you know. Uh, you know, so as far as that part goes, but as far as him living up to what he says and then living up to his word, or you know that his word meaning about that how he portrays himself, and then and if he says something, if he lives up to it, you know, not even close, not even. I mean, at this point in time, his word don't mean, it's not even worth, the preferable piece of paper. It's not even worth the toilet paper. I mean, so and then you got other companies that go and tell you, well, you're not a big enough reviewer. You have to have at least 10,000 views, or 10,000 viewers, and I'm like, are you kidding me? That these places are the feeling I got off these people where, is like I said, I'm above you, so, like, I don't need you for nothing, of course they don't, I'm just a little guy that's, just trying to push safety, push what's out there, because like I said in all my videos there, that everybody with the Tauruses and caniks and stuff, they only review the gun, and none of them, not one reviewer has said, well, like the Taurus, well, I don't like the trigger, and or that it don't shoot right, or I don't like the sights. Not one reviewer said, I don't like this part, but you could go on to Lakeline LLC, you could go to Keep Tinkering, you could go, and XYZ on to the aftermarket parts and say, this is how you can fix that issue. Not one has, so that's what I like doing, is taking inexpensive guns and making them into a really nice gun, but I just wanted to just touch up on that, am I worried about, what I was just talking about with, with that certain individual? No, I don't care. That I've got, plenty of stuff to do. So, I just hope that, I just hope that, I just wish them luck and say, well, you know what, that's on you, not me. So, but, okay, people, everybody have a good night. I wish everybody safe, and anybody that wants to buy a gun and then build it up to what they want. Shoot for your dreams, man. Shoot for your dreams. That's the best way as I can put that one. So, hey, Smoke and Trucker out. Have a good night.